Ubiquitous. Meaning: present everywhere at the same time, widespread. Clarification: if something is ubiquitous, it seems to be everywhere like air or the internet. Example: smartphones have become ubiquitous in modern society. Cumbersome. Meaning: large, heavy, or difficult to handle, inefficient. Clarification: something cumbersome is awkward to move or use, like a heavy bag or a complicated process. Example: carrying a cumbersome suitcase up the stairs was exhausting. Facetious. Meaning: treating serious issues with inappropriate humor, sarcastic. Clarification: being facetious means joking, often in a way that may seem rude or insensitive. Example: his facetious remarks about the accident were in poor taste. Arduous. Meaning: very difficult and requiring a lot of effort. Clarification: if something is arduous, it's physically or mentally exhausting, like studying for a big exam. Example: climbing Mount Everest is an arduous task. Presumptuous. Meaning: overconfident or arrogant, especially in a way that is inappropriate. Clarification: someone presumptuous acts without knowing all the facts, making bold assumptions. Example: it was presumptuous of him to assume he would get the promotion. Pensive. Meaning: deep in thought, often in a sad or serious way. Clarification: pensive people are reflective and serious, often lost in thought. Example: she sat by the window, looking pensive as she thought about the past. Circuitous. Meaning: indirect, roundabout, or unnecessarily complicated. Clarification: a circuitous route takes longer than necessary, like a detour instead of a straight path. Example: his explanation was so circuitous that no one understood it. Conscientious. Meaning: hardworking, careful, and doing things properly. Clarification: someone who is conscientious is responsible and pays attention to detail. Example: a conscientious student always double-checks their work. Meticulous. Meaning: extremely careful and precise. Clarification: being meticulous means paying close attention to tiny details. Example: the artist was meticulous in every brushstroke. Consulted. Meaning: sought advice or information from someone. Clarification: if you consult someone, you ask for their opinion or expertise. Example: I consulted a lawyer before signing the contract. Germane. Meaning: relevant or closely related to the topic. Clarification: something germane is directly related to what is being discussed. Example: his comment was not germane to the discussion. Preposterous. Meaning: absurd or completely ridiculous. Clarification: if something is preposterous, it's so unreasonable it's hard to believe. Example: his claim that he could lift a car was preposterous. Perfunctory. Meaning: done quickly without much effort or care. Clarification: a perfunctory action is lazy, half-hearted, or automatic. Example: He gave a perfunctory nod and walked away. Truculent. Meaning: aggressive, quick to argue or fight. Clarification: if someone is truculent, they are hostile or bad-tempered. Example: the truculent customer yelled at the staff. Austere. Meaning: severe, strict, or lacking comfort. Clarification: austere can describe a serious person or a simple, harsh environment. Example: the monk lived an austere life with no luxuries. Capricious. Meaning: unpredictable and changing suddenly. Clarification: a capricious person or thing is unreliable and changes moods quickly. Example: the weather in the mountains is capricious. Defamatory. Meaning: damaging someone's reputation through false statements. Clarification: if something is defamatory, it is false and harmful to someone's image. Example: the celebrity sued the newspaper for defamatory remarks. Esoteric. Meaning: understood by only a few, specialized knowledge. Clarification: esoteric things are complex and known by a small group of experts. Example: quantum physics is an esoteric subject for most people. Nascent. Meaning: just beginning to develop. Clarification: something nascent is new and still growing. Example: the startup is in its nascent stage. Quintessential. Meaning: the perfect example of something. Clarification: if something is quintessential, it represents the best or most typical version of it. Example: Shakespeare is the quintessential playwright.